2020, it's been a strange year. There was a point in time where I thought we would not be able to do any sort of travel this year. But it's December and we pulled off some epic trips. Our first one was to the Lemon Tree in Goa. After that, we took 3 Tata cars to Chennai to the racetrack. We went to the Aurika in Udaipur. We took the Thar to the Thar. That was probably the most epic trip we've done this year. But there was something missing. We haven't made a trip to the Himalayas. The mountains are filled with snow at this time of the year. So we're going tripping with Lemon Tree and showcasing the Red Fox brand.
So Tripping with Lemon Tree is a little initiative to make people get out of their houses. They've been locked up for many months now. To get out, take a trip, go to the lovely resorts that we have across major cities, which are driving distance from all major metros, and have a great stay with us. Red Fox is our economy brand. Out of the 82 hotels that Lemon Tree operates under its various brands, 12 of them are Red Foxes. They are great value for money, a great option for the value-seeking traveler. And I would welcome all of you to come and experience a Red Fox whenever you are traveling to a city where there is one.
We started off at the Lemon Tree Premier in Delhi, first stickering the cars up, loading them with some great food to keep us going, and then flagging off and hitting the road. And the car that I'm going to be driving for this edition of Tripping with Lemon Tree is the Tata Harrier. This is the latest SUV in the Evo India fleet, and I think it deserves a chance to head to the Himalayas. Now, when you're going to the Himalayas, you always want an SUV because it just gives you that peace of mind, you know. Sometimes the roads up there, they're not very good, they can be broken, and an SUV gives you that peace of mind because it has high ground clearance. It is a little more capable than your regular sedans and hatchbacks. In fact, the cars that we also have on this drive with us, another one's an SUV, the Volkswagen Tiguan Allspace, and the third is an Innova, which is technically more SUV than these two because it's still built on a body-on-frame chassis. When you're out in the Himalayas, the Innovas are everywhere. Most of the cab drivers in Shimla, in Manali swear by the Innova because it's so rock sturdy, and I think we've got a good bunch of cars to take us up to the snows. So we've just pulled into the Red Fox in Dehradun, and it's been a pretty enjoyable drive, about 5 hours, not very long. A bit of advice: if you're coming this side of the world, get a COVID negative test report with you 96 hours before you enter the town, because they're going to stop you at the entrance to Dehradun and ask you to fill out an e-pass. That e-pass, it requires you to attach a COVID negative report. So they are quite strict about travel in here, which is good, which means it's probably safer than other places. And carry that report with you just to save yourself that little bit of stress. Now, I believe they've got a warm welcome, some sort of local welcome for us here. Let's go check it out. When staying at a Red Fox, you know you're in safe hands because they have a comprehensive sanitization program to keep your room spotlessly clean and sanitized for when you arrive. Dehradun's right at the foothills of the Himalayas. In fact, the road up to the mountain starts in the city itself. And from there on, you can climb up the hills to Mussoorie. But that's not where we're headed today. Today we're headed to Chandigarh because we want to head further north. We want to go past Shimla and then to Narkanda. So the drive to Chandigarh, it's not very long. Again, it's some 5 hours. And the idea of having these short drives is to allow us to do so much more. Maybe we can stop more to take more photographs. When we get to Chandigarh, we should have enough time to go out and explore a little bit of the city. But we also get to do some really impromptu stuff. We were passing by the Ponta Sahib Gurudwara and we just stopped to pay our respects and decided to have some langar as well. It was quite an experience. Chandigarh is still in the plains. Tomorrow will be our first serious ascent into Shimla first and then Narkanda. So yeah, let's get to Chandigarh. I believe there's a nice comfy Red Fox room waiting for us and we'll take it from there. At Chandigarh, we were greeted with a local song and dance, followed by some local delicacies for dinner, but we called it a night early because the next day we started our climb to the Himalayas. As we climb higher and higher up, we are getting a bit of snow. So right outside Shimla, we got a little bit of snow. And the further ahead we go, the snow is just increasing, obviously with altitude, and you'll find more snow under the tree line because the rest of it is melting. You know, there was snow maybe 3 or 4 days ago and it has started melting. So where the sun is really strong, you won't find too much snow, but under the trees where it's shady, there's a lot of snow and it's really, really beautiful. But once we climbed up to Narkanda, there was plenty of snow. From playing with snowballs to trying our hands at skiing, our motley crew of road trippers had a gala time up here. This road trip, we had a simple agenda. Head out onto the road with our long-term Tata Harrier and find snow. We found it in abundance. We've had such a great time. The days, they've not been very long. There's been 5 or 6 hours of driving every day, followed by just chilling, getting to know each other, reveling in the culture of these places. And it's been so enjoyable, it's been so relaxing. Let's hear what the guys who joined us on this road trip had to say about it.
So because of this pandemic, we've all been confined, and because of the lockdown, we've all been confined to our homes and safe places. But during this lockdown, I constantly had the craving that I haven't made my trip this year. I haven't got on the road this year. So when this opportunity came along, Tripping with Lemon Tree, I jumped onto it. Little did I know that this trip had all boys in it, and I ended up being the only female on it, but it has been super fun. These boys have been extremely entertaining, very, very efficient, superb to travel with. We've had a lot of laughters and they've been thorough gentlemen. So yes, it's been a great trip. So for all the women out there, I don't think you should worry about anything. Get out on the road, do your thing, be bold, and adventure waits.
The standout moment in this entire trip is when me and my friend Alifia woke up at 4:30 in the morning. It was approximately 3-4 hours before everyone else woke up. And we drove from our hotel, that was Red Fox there, all the way up to Mussoorie Mall Road just to see that first streak of sunrise. And that moment of being with one of my closest friends, enjoying that beautiful moment was something that really stand out in this entire trip. And there are a lot of moments that I would want to tell you, but there are tons of them.
I got to meet lots of people from various fields. They were from the automobile, they were from the influencer industry, they were like from the hotel industry. So I got to learn a lot. And yes, I am also pursuing the field of automobile journalism. So meeting the Evo guys was like the real fun.
So on this edition of Tripping with Lemon Tree, we wanted to sort of showcase the Red Fox brand. We wanted to sort of show that how the Red Fox is strategically placed so that you could break your journey, even if it is a long haul, through all these places that we have in the northern and the southern parts of India. On this edition, we stopped at the Red Fox Dehradun, which is one of the nicest Red Foxes that we have in our portfolio. And we also then stopped at the Red Fox in Chandigarh, which is one of our hot sellers, and it's an important part because it's strategically located for the city, and it's also strategically located for everyone looking to transit upwards towards Delhi and then on towards the northern part of India. So on this edition of Tripping with Lemon Tree, because it's now really caught on and we didn't want to sort of stop, because it's been a very, very encouraging web series that we're running, and we're seeing more and more travelers seeing the need to sort of get out on the road again and start traveling again.
After a long journey, it's very important that the customers feel safe and secure, and they want to be welcomed into a hotel which maintains the highest hygiene standards in the country. Lemon Tree has worked towards that. We have joined hands with Diversey, and we ensure that all public areas and guest contact areas have been properly cleaned up and are ready to welcome these guests. So I urge all of you guys to get out of your houses, have no fear, and have a wonderful trip with us, and let Lemon Tree take care of all your hygiene standards.
Subscribe to the Evo India channel and hit the bell icon to keep pace with the thrill of driving.